Do you remember the Rom the Space Knight action figure from Parker Brothers? Have you heard the legend of this hero's battles against the invading Dire Wraiths? Do you want to learn more about the history of this awesome electronic toy from the late 70s? Well, you've come to the right place.
Come with me, toy fans.
Hey toy fans, my name is Tony and welcome to Analog Toys, where we're obsessed with bringing you the history of vintage toys and action figures. And today we're taking a close-up look at the electronic action figure known as Rom the Space Knight. The Parker Brothers Toy Company first introduced the Rom action figure to the toy market in 1979, with this particular example being very kindly donated to the channel by my good pal Andy Wooten. This was one of Parker Brothers' first forays into products that were not board game based, and the development of this toy was largely inspired by the success of Kenner's Star Wars toy line that was released 1 year earlier.
This is Rom, the Space Knight. You can imagine he comes from another galaxy with his flashing neutralizer. Activate Rom. You can imagine he has rockets to blast into space and a translator that communicates with lights and sounds. You can even imagine his respirator lets him breathe in any atmosphere. Rom comes with the 3 plug-in accessories shown, 9-volt battery not included. Rom, the Space Knight, an electronic toy new from Parker Brothers.
The Rom figure is a handsomely styled durable action toy which stands approximately 13 inches tall and features articulating shoulders, hips and knees, but there is no articulation at the neck due to the electronic lights in his head. This makes him less poseable than other action figures of the era. But whatever Rom lacked in articulation was made up for by his awesome electronic features, which were highly advanced for the time. Rom has 2 red LEDs for eyes, 2 additional red LEDs in his chest and 2 more in his jetpack, as well as 3 different light-up accessories. All of these lit up and or pulsed when he was powered on with the help of a 9-volt battery, which is housed behind his removable jetpack cover. What made the electronic features in this toy so advanced were the fact that they were programmable. You power up Rom's electronics by flipping on this switch, and then you'll find 2 programming buttons at the top of his jetpack. One of the buttons on my Rom is snapped off, but I'm not too concerned because I can still activate the broken tab by using a screwdriver. Press down once on the left button and then press the right button and hold it down. This will activate the rocket lights and sounds for as long as the right button is held down. Press the left button twice and the breathing sounds start automatically. Now there are 3 more ways to program Rom, but these functions require the use of the accessories. The translator fits snugly into Rom's right hand and is connected to the figure via a cable that plugs into the side of the jetpack, with the opposite end of the cable housing a small light bulb that fits into the back of each accessory. In order to activate the translator function, you press the left button 3 times, then hold down the right button. Unfortunately, I am missing the neutralizer accessory, but I can still show you the electronic feature by pressing down the left button 4 times and then holding down the right button. Finally, we get to the energy analyzer, which is the largest of the 3 accessories, with Rom needing both hands to hold it. To operate the energy analyzer, you press down on the left button 5 times, then press the right button. Each time you press the right button, you should hear either 1 or 2 gong sounds, with 1 gong signifying good and 2 gongs indicating evil. But I can only get this one to sound 2 gongs, meaning all you guys must be evil. Overall, this is a fun and interesting toy which was quite revolutionary in its day, although I know it would have annoyed my parents if I had this when I was a child, because I would have been constantly begging for replacement batteries. This action figure was originally named COBOL after the computer programming language, but Parker Brothers executives later changed the name to ROM, with the acronym being short for read-only memory. To build further interest, Parker Brothers licensed the rights to the character to Marvel Comics, with this legendary company creating a comic book that featured Rom as the central character and provided a detailed backstory for the toy, including his origin and a rogues gallery of villains, such as the invading Dire Wraiths. Despite the cross-promotion, the Rom toy met with limited success in the United States, with the comic book lasting far longer, running for over 6 years and a total of 75 issues. But Rom's story doesn't end there, with British toy company Palitoy finding a different way to market the character. Palitoy was closely affiliated with Parker Brothers, so when the company's marketing executives first saw the ROM action figure, they decided it would be a perfect fit for the Action Man toy line, with the product first appearing in the company's trade catalogue in 1980.
The Action Man Electronic Command Center. Who knows its secret location? Why are its guns firing? Who is the talking commander calling?
Send out the patrol.
Did the Space Ranger and the Solar Hurricane pick up any signal? Where is the Space Knight ROM? The Command Center. Talking Commander. Solar Hurricane. ROM. What strange force will bring them together? Only you know the answer. You and Rom Palitoy.
When Palitoy introduced ROM to the Action Man range, they didn't do it randomly. They quite wisely added a figure to the Action Man Space Ranger line, with ROM becoming an ally of the Space Ranger Commander. According to the Palitoy trade catalogue, ROM the Space Knight is invincible, and he came to save the world, aiding the Space Rangers in their ongoing battle against Captain Zargon and his army of evil Zargonite pirates. ROM's electronic features meant that the product had a higher retail price point than the other Action Man figures of the time. And because of this, he didn't sell well and was dropped from the range after only 2 years on toy store shelves. Although ROM's presence on the toy aisles of the late 70s and early 80s was short-lived, as a character in the aforementioned Marvel comic, ROM developed somewhat of a cult following and made a lasting impression on fans of the series. So much so, in fact, that his fan base has been loudly calling for the character to reappear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with reports from 2018 stating that writer Zach Penn had been hired to adapt a script for Paramount Studios, although news of this project has gone quiet of late. The ROM the Space Knight action figure from Parker Brothers is representative of a bygone era, when toys were exciting and inventive, with the product being a miniature time capsule of the late 70s, a time when children all across the world were captivated by space fantasy. So that's the history of the ROM the Space Knight action figure, and if you like this video and would like to learn more about the Space Rangers, you can click right here. And if you'd like to learn more about the whole Action Man line, you can click right here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.